Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into the world of electric vehicle batteries, specifically Lg에너지솔루션.
Right. It feels like they've been making some serious moves lately.
Exactly. You know, there was all that buzz around Tesla's 4680 batteries, their in-house stuff.
Yeah, quite a lot of hype there.
But what we found, looking at the source material, is that LG, well, they've been quietly surging ahead, maybe even outpacing Tesla in some key areas.
It's a fascinating dynamic, isn't it? The actual execution on a mass scale.
So our mission today for you listening is to really unpack why LG is becoming such a powerhouse in batteries and, you know, what this could mean for the future of EVs.
And maybe even the EV you end up buying.
Good point. Okay, so let's start with a big one, dry electrode technology.
Yes, the tricky one.
Tricky's right. So for everyone listening, the key thing here is it's a manufacturing technique. The promise. It could cut battery production costs by like 30%.
Which is huge. And boost energy efficiency too. Double win.
Absolutely. But, and this is the crucial bit, scaling it up, really, really hard. We've heard reports that Tesla has struggled with this.
Definitely seems to be a major engineering challenge. Getting the yields right, consistently, at volume. It's tough.
But this is where LG seems to have, well, maybe cracked it.
That's what the sources suggest. They've apparently hit high yield rates. And more importantly, actually started mass production using this method.
Started mass production, that's the key phrase. So for you, the listener, that means potentially cheaper, better EVs coming down the pipeline sooner than maybe we thought.
Exactly. It moves from theoretical advantage to, actual market reality.
Okay, so they've got the tech. What about making the actual batteries? Like physically producing them?
Well, they're putting their money where their mouth is, especially in North America.
The Arizona plant, right? Queen Creek.
That's the one. A massive $5.5 billion investment.
$5.5 billion. That's a statement.
It really is. They're serious about supplying the North American market. The plan is mass production starting early 2026.
And the capacity is just staggering. Enough batteries for, 600,000 electric vehicles a year?
Roughly, yes. That kind of scale is, it's game-changing for supply chains.
And what kind of batteries are we talking about? These are the 46 series cylindrical ones, sort of like Tesla's format.
Yes, there were 46 series. And for the driver, the important part is they're expected to give about a 16% longer driving range compared to previous types.
Okay, so longer range, potentially cheaper to make thanks to maybe that dry electrode process. Sounds like a win-win.
It points that way. And they aren't just banking on Arizona. They have lines in Michigan, too, and they're bringing back plans for LFP batteries.
LFP, lithium iron phosphate, right, the more affordable chemistry.
Exactly. So they're diversifying different formats, different chemistries. They want to be a supplier for, pretty much everyone.
Which brings us to, who are they supplying?
It's a pretty impressive client list already.
Like Rivian. That was a huge one.
Massive. $5.5 billion deal, something like 67 gigawatt hours of batteries over 5 years.
Wow. And Mercedes-Benz too, right? A 10-year deal.
That's right, starting in 2028, locking in supply for a decade. When major players like Mercedes and, innovative companies like Rivian sign on for that long,
it signals a lot of confidence. Confidence in LG's tech and their ability to actually deliver.
Absolutely. Reliability and scale. That's what automakers need.
So bringing it back to the competition, what about Tesla's own battery plans, the 4680s they make themselves?
Well, they are making progress. That's important to state. They are producing their own 4680s, using them in some Model Ys.
Okay, so it's not like they've stopped.
No, not at all. But the expert consensus seems to be that even with their in-house production ramping up, they'll likely still need external suppliers like LG.
For years to come, probably, just to meet their sheer volume targets.
That seems to be the prevailing view, yes. Building that much battery capacity internally takes a very, very long time.
Right. So the takeaway here, it feels like, while Tesla got the early headlines for the ambition, LG has been, perhaps more quietly, nailing the execution, mastering the tech, building the factories, signing the deals.
I think that's a fair summary. They seem to be leading right now in actually scaling and delivering these advanced batteries. They're becoming absolutely crucial to the whole EV supply chain.
Okay, so wrapping this up, it's pretty clear Lg에너지솔루션 has grabbed a significant lead here, focusing on scaling tough tech and locking down major partnerships.
Their momentum is undeniable right now.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over. With LG pushing battery tech forward like this, how might that actually speed up EV adoption? Could it make EVs more affordable, quicker?
And what does it mean for companies, maybe even Tesla, still aiming for total battery independence? Is that goal becoming harder or perhaps less necessary?
Definitely something to watch. A fascinating space. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.